Elections in Niger take place within the framework of a semi-presidential system. The President and National Assembly are elected by the public, with elections organized by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Following World War II, French political reforms meant that Niger began to elect members to the French National Assembly. The first of these elections took place on the 21st of October 1945. With Niger and neighboring French Sudan combined into a single constituency, 2 MPs were elected using separate electoral colleges for French citizens and Africans. The next elections for the combined constituency held in June 1946. By the November 1946 elections, Niger had become a single-member seat, which was won by Hamani Diary of the Nigerian Progressive Party. A general council was established in the same period and was first elected in December 1946 and January 1947. In 1948, Niger was given a second seat in the French National Assembly, which was filled in a by-election in June that year, with Georges Condit of the Union of Nigerian Independence and sympathizers elected. French elections were held again in 1951, with both seats won by UNIS. The General Council was converted into the Territorial Assembly in 1952, with the first elections to the new body resulting in a victory for UNIS, which won all 35 second college seats. The final French National Assembly election in Niger was held in 1956, with the PPN and an alliance of the Nigerian Action Bloc and Nigerian Progressive Union of Condit winning 1 seat each. The 1957 Territorial Assembly elections were won by Savba, which took 41 of the 60 seats. However, in early elections the following year, Savba was defeated by the Union for the Franco-African Community Alliance, which included the PPN. Upon independence in 1960, the PPN became the sole legal party. The country's first presidential elections were held in September 1965. With Diary as the sole candidate. Parliamentary elections later in the year resulted in the PPN winning all 50 seats. Presidential and parliamentary elections in 1970 were held under the same system with the same result. A 1974 coup removed the PPN from power, and elections were not held again until 1989, when general elections were called, with the National Movement for the Development of Society established earlier in the year. As the sole party, Ali Sebao was re-elected president, with the MNSD winning all 93 seats in the National Assembly. By 1993 other political parties had been legalized, and the first multi-party parliamentary elections were held in February 1993. The MNSD emerged as the largest party, but won only 29 of the 83 seats. Opposition parties subsequently formed the Alliance of the Forces of Change, which had a parliamentary majority. In the presidential elections shortly afterwards, Mahamane Usman of the Democratic and Social Convention was elected in the second round, defeating Mamadou Tandja of the MNSD, following a split in the AFC. Early parliamentary elections were held in 1995 but did not significantly alter the makeup of the National Assembly. A coup in January 1996 led to presidential elections in July, in which coup leader Ibrahim Baya Manasra was elected. The National Union of Independence for Democratic Renewal, formed to support him, won an absolute majority in the parliamentary elections later in the year amidst an opposition boycott. Another coup in 1999 led to general elections that year. Tandja was elected president and the MNSD emerged as the largest party in the National Assembly, with 38 of the 83 seats. The 2004 elections saw Tandja re-elected and the MNSD remained the largest party. A 2009 referendum resulted in the constitution being suspended and presidential elections being delayed. The parliamentary elections went ahead, with an opposition boycott allowing the MNSD to win a majority. However, Tandja was removed from office in a 2010 coup and general elections were held in 2011, which saw Mamadou Issoufou of the Nigerian Party for Democracy and Socialism elected president, and the PNDS become the largest party in the National Assembly. Issoufou was re-elected in 2016 general elections, with the second round of the presidential elections boycotted by the opposition. The PNDS made significant gains in the parliamentary elections, but failed to win a majority. The president is elected for a 5-year term using the two-round system. The 171 members of the National Assembly are elected by 3 methods. The majority, 158, are elected from 8 multi-member constituencies based on the 7 regions in the Niamey metropolitan region. Seats are allocated using the simple quotient and the highest averages method under proportional representation, and there is a 5% electoral threshold. A further 8 members are elected from single-member constituencies to represent ethnic minorities, whilst 5 are elected from single-member constituencies to represent Nigerians living abroad. With